By 2030, there will be a global labor skills shortfall of 85 million workers and $8.5 trillion in unrealized revenues. With a million young Indians joining the workforce every month, India will be the only country on the planet with a surplus of talent. We are thus uniquely positioned. I believe that Indians have already proven themselves to be the most industrious, innovative, and adaptable in the world. Indeed, over the years, Indian talent has been visible and transformative at the helm of the world's most celebrated institutions. For instance, US envoy to India, Eric Garcetti, says that more than 10% of Fortune 500 company CEOs are Indians or of Indian origin. Some of the most iconic global companies, Microsoft, Alphabet, Starbucks, Adobe, IBM, Novartis, Barclays, Bata, Deloitte, and a few others, are headed by those born, educated, and trained in India. There are many presidents and deans of global universities and business schools with Indian origins. I remember reading a 2021 study which pointed out that more than 200 Indian origin people were occupying leadership positions in 15 countries, with over 60 of them holding cabinet rank. The number has only grown since then. What bigger example of the rising Indian influence across the globe than to have PIOs being elected to lead countries so far away from where their parents and grandparents were born? The Indian entertainment industry is celebrated at the world stage with Oscars. At the recently held 51st International Emmy Awards, India had 4 nominations and 1 honorary award for talent. The Berklee College of Music has instituted 3 scholarships in honor of A.R. Rahman. In sports too, Indians have distinguished themselves with a never-before haul of 107 medals. India set a new benchmark at the Asian Games 2023. One of the earliest instances of Indian talent going global was Srinivas Ramanujan. In 1913, a young, unschooled Indian clerk wrote a letter to G.H. Hardy, seeking the English mathematician's opinion on several ideas he had about numbers. Realizing the letter was the work of a genius, Hardy arranged for him to come to England. Thus began one of the most amazing and productive collaborations in modern times. It is also noteworthy to mention that the maturity levels of India-based global capability centers of MNCs have also grown phenomenally over the past 2 decades. They started as back office operations, but over time, India's tech talent began to take ownership of products. It is now common for leaders to run offshore tech centers sitting in India. This brings me to the question, what makes Indian talent truly global? I submit that it is a combination of several factors. A rigorous work ethic, an aspirational attitude that goes beyond mere ambition, and an ingrained instinct to make the best of frugal resources. I would also add adaptability, resilience, diversity, multilingualism, innovation, and the spirit of collaboration to the list of successful traits. And that brings me to the second segment of my address. The Times Group has been relentlessly nurturing and recognizing excellence in Indian talent. Across the group's diverse business and media, entertainment, and education, we have built over 46 highly popular brands and employed close to 17,000 people with some of the best industry-wide employee engagement practices. The group's news platforms, including the Times of India, which started in 1838, have chronicled the history of modern India and have been a window to the world, a friend, philosopher, and guide to generations of Indians, and a platform for their achievements in every part of the world. The group has also been at the forefront of thought leadership and the showcasing of Indian talent, and hosts several high-profile conferences and events such as the Global Business Summit, the Times Now Summit, and ET Awards, to name just a few. These bring together leaders and experts from around the world and have set the agenda for new directions for policymakers both at home and abroad. Through the Filmfare Awards, which are the Oscars of India, the Femina Miss India and Miss Diva pageants, the group has created credible platforms to recognize and showcase the best of Indian talent on the world stage. In fact, it has been the platform for 20 Indians to win Miss Universe, Miss World, and other pageant titles. The group's recent investment in education and EdTech are a further testament to our commitment towards nurturing India's talent to make them career ready in any part of the globe. Times Pro was the group's first foray into the emerging world of education technology and has grown rapidly by staying true to its promise of learner focus. Having trained over 2 million learners, Times Pro has attained a reputation for quality and outcome orientation, which is second to none. We are proud to partner IIMK in his vision of highly innovative and accessible executive education. Bennett University marked Times Group's entry into formal higher education and is, like IIMK, testament to my belief that Indian higher educational institutions can compete with the best in the world and become hubs for academic excellence. Bennett University has, in just 7 years, flourished into one of India's most dynamic private universities, benchmarking academic excellence and innovation so that students can stay ahead of the curve. Let me take a few more minutes in the third and last segment to share my perspectives about what we can all do for globalizing Indian talent on a bigger scale. But first, it is crucial to recognize the enduring significance of these unique Indian characteristics described earlier in my speech. The success stories mentioned here also demonstrate that it is these qualities that have propelled us forward, and they will continue to guide us in the future. I submit here, ladies and gentlemen, that after the globalization of Indian talent, we are now poised to take the next big jump, and that is to take a leading role and to drive today's big ideas in 3 major areas. These, to my mind, are 1. Innovation in technology and entrepreneurship. 2. Education and skills development. And 3. Sustainability and environmental stewardship, which is crucial in the age of climate change. As we embark on this journey to put a uniquely Indian stamp on these major global challenges today, I reiterate that we must recognize that our uniquely Indian characteristics are both our foundation and our compass. They have paved the way for Indian talent to excel in the past, and they will continue to be instrumental in shaping the future. Let us embrace these qualities, celebrate our diversity, and take on the world with confidence, innovation, and a commitment to making India an even bigger leader on the global stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I end with the words of Mahatma Gandhi, who migrated to South Africa as a young lawyer. He exemplified all that we have discussed today about globalizing Indian talent and using it as a force for the greater good. He had said, strength doesn't come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Mahatma Gandhi walked that talk. His words are a clarion call for Indians to take the leap and make an even bigger difference in these challenging areas that can change the course of human history. And every one of you here has a potential to live that dream in whatever field you may be in. Thank you, I am Kodikod, Professor Chatterjee, and all friends here. My very best wishes for your own transformative journeys. Thank you.